Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So I decided to come to the gym. If you haven't watched my channel before, I belong to a 24-hour gym. It's called Workout Anytime. See if they have one in your area because you use a key to access the gym, and I'll let you see. So you have different treadmills, you have different types of bikes, you got the Stairmaster, and then more bikes, and you have the ellipticals. I like the two at the end because you can actually raise the incline. The other ones you can't. So I like to put the incline up to the highest setting and the resistance on the highest setting. And then you have all of your basic machines. They use the matrix system. They even have an infrared sauna. You have to book a session, but you can only stay in there for I think it's 30 minutes. And it doesn't really get hot to me. I like the other kind of saunas. And this is the hydro massage room. The infrared sauna room is always locked though. So you have your free weight area over here. And then you have different pulleys and other types of calisthenic type machines. And then you have several screens. Hopefully you cannot hear the music because I do not want the video taken down. I barely have views as it is. So anyhow, if it does, it does. So I'm gonna get on this elliptical for 30 minutes, I guess. I really wanna get to the point where I can do 5 miles on one of the cardio machines, but I get bored easy. And I do not like staying a long time on the machine. And they do have TVs you can watch. They have the HGTV right in front of me. I usually like it. But then I start getting envious because the houses, they look better than what I live in. So I just get triggered. I'm in here by myself, which is nice so I can actually talk to y'all. So, like I said, I'm gonna turn the incline all the way up. And then, I did say I turned the level all the way up. I did not mean to say that. I think I turned it up to 15. Let me see, I think it goes up to 20. Well, it go up to 25, so I'm gonna go up to 25. I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about what I've been thinking about and going through mentally. I was talking with God last year because I wanted my 50th year to be one of transformation, rebirth, renewal, starting over, and having a better life, one that I chose based off of what I thought outside of what other people thought. As long as it was okay in the will of God you know, being aligned with my higher self, God, and nature, which is all one, I was okay with it. Because I realized that a lot of my life I have been people pleasing and trying to live up to the expectations of others, putting others before myself, always comparing myself to other people in every single area of my life. I can't think of one area where I didn't compare myself and always put myself at the bottom. And it really took a toll on me. I'm 50, I'll be 51 in July. And to the point where I didn't even know who I was. So after being single for a few years and not dating at all, I just was able to finally do that and spend time with myself and see who I was, what I liked, what I didn't like, what I desired. I found out that a lot of the goals that I had for myself were tied to other people's lifestyles, a lifestyle that I thought was ideal because these people I looked up to and they were successful. So it's like I was modeling myself after them. So now it's like, dang, what do I like? And I found out that most of the things that I liked were still in line with like the arts, because I am a professional dancer, I'm a singer, I'm an actress. So they were in line with that. I genuinely enjoy dancing and singing and being in productions, but I realized that I didn't want to be in them to quote unquote be successful at them. I like to do them because I enjoyed them. So I don't need to be in front of an audience. For me, taking a class is enjoyable. And I do like taking classes with other people. So I don't really enjoy Zoom classes or anything, but because of my lack of time and money to go to classes, I have to take class online or just watch a video and dance along if I want to do anything. So that's what I've been doing. And I'm still not sure if I really want to have a dance troupe, like a academy. I was thinking about starting an academy for children that are gifted in the area of movement. You don't have to have prior dance skill, but you do have to be naturally gifted in dance. And this academy would really just kind of shape them. It would be like sports, but through dance. So you learn a lot of life skills and character building things through sports, and that's what the dance academy would do. It's not something that is necessarily focused on the performing aspect, although they will perform. It's based off of pretty much just the class interaction. And they will have testing and stuff like that. Kind of like when you're in martial arts. You have to take a test to go to the next level. So that's what I want to do. It will be free. So I have to have a space that I can afford. They may have a membership that they have to pay every month to help pay for the space, or I could get a grant. Now, I've been advised by several people I respect in the area of business and arts that a grant would be a good way to go. But knowing myself, I do not want to do that work. I do not want to do the paperwork and all of the follow-up stuff you have to do to make sure you're meeting the criteria of the grant. So I'm just like, well, maybe I'm going to end up paying out of pocket and having the members of the academy pay a small yearly fee. We'll see. So the other thing I've been thinking about is if I still want to work at the salon I work at. I work at a popular chain, and I did it because I wanted to learn the skill of hair cutting, and I'm grateful for the opportunity. But I didn't realize that you were timed on everything, and because of that, the client expects obviously a fast experience. But because of my lack of experience with the technique of hair cutting and my lack of confidence, it just feels so stressful, filled with anxiety throughout the process. I've only been there, I think, 2 months, and I haven't had any catastrophes or disasters with haircuts. I do know one haircut, I just felt like I couldn't get it right, although they were okay with it. I just didn't like the fact that there's not enough time for them to really train me like I need to, because I've been licensed since 2017. I was doing hair without a license before that, but all my clients are people with naturally highly curly hair types, and I was doing like locks, braids, twists, and stuff like that. Flat ironing and things like that. So hair cutting, like I said, was not my expertise. So learning to get comfortable with that. I asked myself, is it the hair cutting that makes you uncomfortable enough to not want to work there anymore, and your lack of confidence, or is it the environment and the approach that they take to hair cutting? And it's definitely the approach, because even if the environment didn't change, it's still the fact that you have to rush, and I just do not like that feeling at all. Like, and then they always say, you can make a lot of money here. My goal was to actually quit my retail job and work at the chain, the salon chain, full time. But I see now that to do that, to be able to make like $22 an hour, you gotta literally have like no space in between your haircuts. You gotta cut like, I don't know, like maybe like 7, I'll say like more than maybe a haircut every 10 minutes is how you would have to cut to like really make money. And then you would have to do that like 5 to 6 days a week. And that's not a ideal life for me. And you gotta, like, you don't really get to take a break or nothing. I said, nah. And sometimes you don't realize that something's not for you until you go through it. So I'm trying to figure out how to say it and when to tell the manager that I will be resigning. And I'm thinking that I should just finish out this month. Although I really don't want to finish out the month. I just feel so like depressed when I think about going in there, and I don't like that I feel that way, because I am making some money and I'm grateful because that's what I asked for, and I got what I asked for, so I'm grateful. But I realize it's time to call it quits. And I'm shocked because I thought I was going to be there for a long time. I wanted to be there for some years to gain like stability and really work on the craft. Then I also realized, dang, I don't really enjoy cutting hair like I thought I would. Because when you're cutting other people's hair, you're cutting it because they want it cut a certain way, not because you want it done a certain way. So I was like, well, if I still have that desire to experience hair cutting, I could just practice on mannequins or post on social media like, hey, seeking volunteers, free haircut, because I want to explore cutting different styles. So that might be what I do. So yeah, that's pretty much the two areas that I've been kind of focused on. But I'm grateful to be able to move my body and come to the gym. I really wanted to eat some junk, like some sugar, like a sundae, chocolate sundae, hot fudge sundae, because I'm addicted to sugar at the moment. And I was like, no, let me just go to the gym for a little bit, because I know that makes me feel good. So that's what I'm doing. I pray that I still don't have a craving for chocolate. If so, I'm gonna just force myself to go to sleep. So I know that's like the only thing that helps other than dancing. Moving my body is literally just going to sleep. That way you can forget about it. But that's all I have for now. I'm gonna show you the workout so far, what it said. So this is what it says. And let's check, see if it'll give me a heart rate over here. It should come up. I'm not sure if I gotta hold both of the handles. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work if I'm only holding one handle. So anyways, my heart rate ain't that high because I'm obviously talking through the whole thing. I'm not going very fast. As you can see how fast the handlebars are moving. So, as you see, the level 25, the incline is on 100. I've done 14 minutes and some change, and I've only went 0.35 miles. So, if I exercise 15 more minutes, as you can see, I still will have a ways to go to even do a mile. It's definitely because I'm not going fast, but it's fine. I'm grateful to just move my body. So, moving my body is just the goal, not necessarily how fast or how long, but just moving my body because I know it feels good. And as a result, your body will be in better condition. I never really talk about my hair on here, but I figured I would add, I have yarn extensions onto my locks. A while back I took my locks out and then I started over. They were the size of like a dry erase, like a thick dry erase marker, because my hair is just really thin and fine, and it gets finer and thinner as I get older. I decided to start over with mini plaits. So they're real small. They're literally the size of the yarn. But because my hair is so fine, they're actually skinnier than they look with the yarn, without the yarn. And I'm trying Melissa Blake's knotted locks technique to tighten my roots. So if you look, you can see at the base of my scalp, there is a knot. This is the first knot that I did after I plaited the yarn into my hair. It's been about almost a month since I installed them. You can see the ends are 2-strand twisted, but this is plaited like up to here, and the rest is 2-strand twist. I've been adding yarn to my hair for most of my adult life, since I was in my 20s, because it's cheap and it's light and it matches my hair texture. It took about 1/4 of a bundle of yarn that was like this thick. It's the Red Heart brand. I got it from Michaels. It was under $3, I think, for the bundle of yarn. So yeah, I'll also be updating y'all on how that's going. And as my locks grow, I'll be cutting the ends off. So eventually it'll just be all my hair. Okay, everybody, hope you have a good night, good day, good life. Be good to yourself. Peace.